Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, some of you don't think you're ever going to obtain home ownership. I want to help those of you that are saying, Robert, I'm ready. I have the income. I've been minding my budget. I've been preparing myself. I understand what it takes to maintain a home. I know and understand what an escrow account, I understand taxes could go up. I'm ready there. I just don't have enough money for the down payment and closing costs. Well, that's what this video is. I'm going to talk to you about different types of down payment assistance programs that can help you get over the proverbial hump. Hi, my name is Robert. On this channel, we simplify the home loan process. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Let go. Now, down payment assistance, it has a negative connotation for a lot of people, for a lot of sellers, a lot of realtors, even a lot of buyers. But so much has changed over the last, I'd say 10 years in the down payment assistance arena. And the reason is because there's a lot of folks that use them. And so the first thing I want you to understand is you're not less than if you use a down payment assistance. Okay, that's something that you have to understand is it's a tool, and when used again, it can help you get onto the housing ladder. And that's what's important in the environment that we're in, and I see that we're going to be in for the foreseeable future. And that environment that I'm alluding to is higher cost due to our purchasing power of the dollar diminishing. So it takes more dollars to get whatever it is, in this context, a home. And so you got to get onto that ladder sooner rather than later. So now you can start experiencing some of the benefits of inflation and accumulating some net worth and that asset, not a cash producing asset if it's primary, but it's an asset nonetheless. And so that's the first thing. The second thing is this. Unfortunately, most people that want to take advantage of the myriad of down payment assistance programs that are out here, you make too much money. And I'm not mad at you. I was talking to a gentleman on a consultation just, what's today? Yep, Monday. And they're making 200K plus. And you might be like, man, 200K, why are they asking for down payment assistance? Well, this is what I tell you guys a lot on these videos, that there's a reason folks have money. They're not just giving it away, and they look for every advantage that they can take advantage of. Is that a double entendre? What they look for every benefit that they can utilize to keep said money and to continue to grow their wealth. But most of these programs are designed to help those of you that don't make a certain amount of money. Okay. So that's the second thing that I want you to know. If you're making a lot of money, you're going to be prevented from taking advantage of the best down payment assistance programs. I didn't say eliminated, because there's still programs for folks that make a lot of money, because like I said, folks don't have the bandwidth for whatever reason, and they don't have a lot of money saved. So there's programs out there even for you guys. So don't be dismayed. But the best ones are for people that are going to be first-time home buyers, anyone who has not had ownership in residential real estate in the most recent 3 years. They might be a couple of exceptions. I won't go into those there because they're very rare. But ask your lender that you know, like, and trust about those exceptions. And they or myself can get into that with you, on a consultation call or during the application time. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to keep it moving. But haven't owned a home, right, in the most recent 3 years, and your income is going to be at or below, in most cases, the median area income for that area. So there's a couple of tools. Fannie Mae has a tool. Freddie Mac has a tool where you can put in a home address and find out what the area median income is pretty much throughout these United States based upon the MSA codes, right? Metropolitan Statistical Area codes. If you're at 80% or below, there's still some programs out here. You may be able to get additional monies, free monies, if you're well beneath that 80%. If you're at 50% or below of an area median income, there might be some opportunities there. So again, your lender should know how to walk you through those things, to explain them to you prior to you applicating. But if you find yourself in that area, this is my point. You don't have to be discouraged if you've checked all of the other boxes. What other boxes are you talking about? Your income. You have stable income coming in, and you've done so over the last 2 years. You filed your tax returns. The tax return for this year is coming up. And if you're buying after April 15th and you haven't filed an extension, you want to make sure you're on top of those things. You have decent credit, right? And that's a relative term. I won't get into numbers because it's really more than the number. It's the nuance. It's what's in the report and what's going on. So again, you want to reach out and applicate and find out what you qualify for or what your credit looks like for your specific situation. I was talking to another consultation yesterday, and he had some very, very good questions as it pertains to Chapter 13 bankruptcy. And his chapter 7. So there's a chapter 7 and a chapter 13. The 7 is where everything is wiped away. And that's the one where you have to wait the longest on the sideline before you're able to be eligible again for all of the different programs. There's different timelines, but it was way back in 18 and it was discharged. And so he's pushing 8 years. And so I'm like, hey, you can assess these loan programs again if you've reestablished yourself. These are a lot of things that people assume and are keeping them on the sidelines that are not true. And unfortunately, there's enough information online to validate a lot of your misconceptions, because that's where most of the attention goes. And those folks have made a business model out of it. I won't waste a lot of time. They do what they do. But if you found this channel, you found someone that can guide you in the right direction and dispel some of those myths. So if you have any questions that you may have been ruminating in your mind, I just want to say that if you've been pondering some questions and you don't really know about it, if you're comfortable, put them down in the comment section. If I don't answer them, I have a very, very wise and active community, and we all about helping one another out. And so your question to get answered there. And if that's not what you want to do, I get it. Everybody don't want to be in public. The top pinned comment of this video and in the description, pardon me, there will be a link for you to schedule a consultation. Let's hop on a call and let me hear what you have going on and see if we can't get you to the finish line. So those are some things that I wanted to address just with down payment assistance thus far. Now, let me get into some of the flavors, the different flavors of down payment assistance, because this is something that has evolved over time. And if you don't understand it, it probably sounds better than it really is. So I want you to know up front. So in my world, there's 3 flavors of down payment assistance. The one that everybody wants is a grant, right? Grant money's free 99. And nowadays, those monies are going to be reserved for the people that are on the lower end of the income threshold so that they can get an opportunity to get onto the housing ladder. In my experience, if you have a grant available, that is the cohort of people that they're looking for. Moreover, you're not going to be able to buy these huge houses and things of that nature. It goes against the spirit of that idea. Grant money should be for those who, without otherwise having access to this, wouldn't have opportunity to start building that wealth via the home ownership and have that stability. Now, the second layer of down payment assistance that a lot of people don't talk about, which I think is the best, are mortgage credit certificates, MCCs. And a mortgage credit certificate is something that you have for the life of the loan. And if utilized the right way, it can really be a benefit to you as far as even paying off the home sooner and freeing up some additional monies that you can put in other buckets that can grow and create a nice nest egg for you down the line for your future self, if you will. So mortgage credit certificates, love those. From there, you have your standard down payment and or closing cost assistance. Want to deal with that as well. And I'll use an FHA loan as an example. So on FHA loans, the minimum down payment is 3.5%, and you don't have to be a first-time home buyer, by the way. You just can have, in most cases, no more than one. There's a couple of caveats where you can have more than one FHA. Again, get with your lender on that. But I digress. 3.5% is the down payment. So on all loan types, the minimum down payment is called your minimum required investment. And so on these down payment assistance programs, the reason that they're nice a lot of times is if a deal is structured the right way and you get a good situation, the down payment can cover all of the down payment and the closing cost if it's a true down payment assistance. If not, you will still have to have the minimum required investment that comes from a qualified source, either your monies or possibly a gift source, so on and so forth. And those are some intricacies to it, or some nuances, I should say, to those programs, but that's a 10,000 foot view. And those are some benefits of the down payment assistance programs that will allow you to cover the down payment and the closing costs with the assistance. Now, a drawback that a lot of people don't talk about, all of these programs that offer these down payment assistance, the interest rate is going to be dictated by the program. Today, you have, say you're getting a down payment assistance program like Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. They're going to dictate what the interest rate is, and those interest rates come out daily, and it's going to be the interest on the first mortgage, okay? And then the down payment assistance is going to sit as a silent second, meaning that there's no payments associated with it, no interest, and there's a set period of time that you have to keep that first. So if you think about it, the benefit that you're getting, the investor is getting the benefit of guaranteed interest return for a certain period of time. In these cases, there's 36 months, but you have some states I've seen as long as 10 years. Crazy to me, but this is how it works. So nothing's free. If you don't have the monies, then you're going to pay with interest. And so I don't think it's a bad thing as long as you understand and you have a plan of action. And so understand that going in, should I get a down payment money assistance, or should I look at a mortgage credit certificate if I have the abilities? Something new, and I try to get a lot of my clients into it that have the ability, they're making decent money, is getting a below market interest rate. It's akin to some of the veteran revenue bonds, but a revenue bond in that you're not getting money for the down payment, but you're getting a lower interest rate, below market interest rate. We're going to be closing one here on Friday, Lord willing, and his interest rate is 5.375%. So he's bringing all his down payment and his closing costs, got some help from the seller, right? But his down payment assistance is coming in the form of a lower first interest rate, below market, for over the 30 years or however long they have the mortgage. There's some conventional versions of that, but pretty much that's it. You got the grant, mortgage credit certificates. Then you have the down payment assistance programs that have silent seconds. And then you have some that you actually have to pay the money back. So anytime you're paying the money back, you're going to have better terms. If it's all given to you, the cost is going to be in the rate. Last thing I'll say with all down payment assistance programs is this. If this program is offering a 5% down payment assistance, so 5% of the total loan amount, you're not getting that entire amount of money, because whatever the program that's issuing those monies, they have administrative costs. They have employees and fees and things of that nature. This is why I'm saying you still have to have some of your own money to get in the home, if nothing more than to not be cash poor and house rich. Because if you're watching this channel, you know things need to be done at your home. You have to maintain it. And I'm not talking about anything breaking. I'm just talking about the maintenance and keeping it up, so that whenever you do decide to sell, or if you do decide to sell, you can extract the most from your investment because you've maintained it properly. Hopefully you got some insight into down payment assistance. We're in the housing season. And if you're looking to buy now, you actually have an advantage because a lot of folks aren't out. If you're ready to pull that trigger and you want a lender that you know, like, and trust, give me a shout. Give me an opportunity. I'd love to have a conversation. As I said earlier, my contact information is pinned in the top pinned comment or in the description of this video. My time is up, but I thank you for yours. If you are not ready to buy and you still need some education, you still want to learn some more, well, I want you to watch this next video right here, because it's going to help you as you continue to educate yourself on your journey until you reach your goal of home ownership. You guys be good to one another. Let grace abound. And until the next time, indeed.